Hello. Once again, it's time for one of my rants on Social Security. I've got another video or somewhere on here, I don't know. Anyhow, this time it's going to be with angry smoke coming out of my ears because I've been watching the news for quite some time now, and they keep talking about Social Security as an entitlement fund, one, and that it's coming out of like the general fund. That it's the taxes that go into the general fund of the government, and then the government pays it back, pays out the benefits. Bullshit. No, no, no. The Social Security is separate from the government. It's a government run institution, but it's separate from the government. So the revenues that they go into Social Security go into a trust fund, and this trust fund theoretically has a surplus of something like 2.6 trillion, 2.6 trillion dollars. Now, why is this coming up in debates on why am I watching it? Why is this even being talked about on TV? Why is the government talking about reductions in benefits to Social Security beneficiaries? Why are they talking about raising the retirement age again? In my case, it's 67, which, judging from my access to the American healthcare system, odds are I will not live to be 67. Uh, Highly doubt it. But anyhow, so what gives? Why is this? It's completely separate. It theoretically has a $2.6 trillion surplus. So what's going on here? Well, what's going on here is we waged two gigantically expensive wars that were not paid for. In fact, not only were they not paid for, at the same time we were doing that, we were cutting taxes for billionaires and millionaires. Well, let me say this again. We spent a fortune on two overseas wars. Well, simultaneously, at the same time, giving tax cuts to billionaires and millionaires. You can't do that. I mean, it doesn't. It's basic math. Basic math. It's insane. You can't do that. The government did that. Now, where did the money come from? Social Security Trust Fund. In fact, more money came from Social Security Trust Fund than from the big boo goo man, the scary China, where we're borrowing all this money from China. No, no, no. We borrowed more from the American worker, which is basically what they stole it from the American workers. They're taking the money from Social Security, which is uh, a, a guarantee. I'm not going to say it's an entitlement because I don't like that word. It's a guarantee because you paid into it as a worker for your entire life, and you're supposed to be able to get a retirement check. But the money's gone, and the government basically wrote an IOU. So what's happening now? What this whole debate's about is them not wanting to pay the stupid fund back. The money they borrowed to pay for expensive wars and crazy tax cuts for millionaires and billionaires, they don't want to pay that money back now. They're like, oh well, Social Security is a great burden on our economy, and that's because you took no. You know what the great burden was? Waging two wars and tax cuts for millionaires and billionaires. That was a burden. If you're going to pass tax cuts for billionaires and millionaires, okay, then you're going to have to eliminate large portions of the government. It wouldn't affect Social Security because it's completely separate. At least it shouldn't affect it because it's separate. Yeah. So yeah, and I have a feeling they're just not going to pay it back. They're going to slash Social Security, and because the media doesn't explain what Social Security is, people are just going to say, oh, "Okay, we don't got the money." Oh god, things could not get any worse. Well, they could. They actually can't get worse.